Hello there, my name is Dominic and today I have the Tecno Camon 16 Premier for a quick unboxing and full specifications video. From the size of this box you can tell that we have very big things inside here, so let's continue. The first thing I can tell about the Tecno Camon 16 is that it has dual front cameras from the image in the packaging over here. Add some accessories, and this is the smartphone. The power button also doubles up as the fingerprint scanner. At the back, we have the quad camera setup over here. As that boots up, let us check the other accessories. Have the email information. 13th month warranty, and we have the phone case over here. Like always, we have the Manchester City logo at the back. So what else do we have? We have a very big 33-watt charger over here. Have the headset, and the USB Type-C cable. Now I can see that the screen guard is already installed on the Tecno Camon 16 Premier. At the bottom we have the 3.5mm audio jack, the microphone, the USB Type-C port, and the speaker. Now let's check the specifications. Now the Tecno Camon 16 Premier has 8GB RAM, 128GB storage, 48 megapixel dual front camera, and 64 megapixel quad rear camera. That is the quad rear camera setup over here. As for the processor, the Camon 16 Premier has a Helio G90T processor. The battery is 4500 mAh and the screen resolution is 1080 by 2460, so this is a full HD device. It also happens to run on Android 10. Now what about the screen size? From the packaging over here, you can see that the Camon 16 Premier is a 6.9-inch Full HD dual dot-in display. Now, does the dual front camera setup have flash? Let us check. Yes, the front camera has flash, and I believe you can set the intensity by scrolling your finger through the screen over here. You can see it over there. As for the system, it only occupies 8% of the total 128GB. This leaves 117GB for the user. The SIM ejector tool happens to be on the USB cable packaging over here. Now let us check how many SIM cards this phone can accept. The SIM tray can accept 2 nano SIM cards as well as a micro SD card. I will post a separate Tecno Camon 16 Premier screen recording video so that you can see and feel the user interface. Now let us check the photo sizes on the rear camera. You can activate the 64 megapixel lens by tapping that. I will do a separate Tecno Camon 16 camera review. Now the front camera also has 2x zoom, wide angle lens as well as a macro lens. Now let us check the other specifications of the cameras. The main camera has 16 megapixel selected by default, but you can change that like I showed you before. You can, if you select the 64 megapixel setting, the picture size will also change to 64 megapixel. Those are the other sizes below that. 48 megapixel in a 1:1 photo and 37 megapixel in a 20.5:9 photo. Now what about the wide angle camera? The wide angle camera is an 8 megapixel camera, and you can also change that to 6 megapixel and 3 megapixel in the other photo sizes. What about the macro camera? The macro camera is also an 8 megapixel camera, and you can change that to 6 megapixel or 3 megapixel in the other sizes. Let me see if I can change it to 64 megapixel in 2x zoom. And yes, I can. When it comes to the front camera, the default size selected is 12 megapixel. You can also have 9 and 7 megapixel if you select the other sizes. If you select the 48 megapixel option, the photo sizes will also change. Now you can get 48 megapixel as the default, or you can select 5 megapixel or 7 megapixel in the other sizes. Now what about changing to wide angle? You just select this. That's the main 48 megapixel lens, and that is the wide angle lens, and this lens is an 8 megapixel lens, and you can also select the 6 megapixel or 3 megapixel option when you change the sizes. Now this is the view from the Tecno Camon 16's Premier's lens, and I want to show you the different video sizes that this phone can take. This phone can shoot videos up to 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 60 frames per second, as well as 30 frames per second, and the lowest is 720p at 30 frames per second. Now what about the front camera? The front camera can shoot at 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 60 and 30 frames per second, and the lowest being 720p at 30 frames per second. Those are the full specifications of the Tecno Camon 16 Premier. I will do some separate reviews and also a camera review of this phone, so keep it here. Thank you for watching and goodbye.